Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time we met, then hello. My name is Anggi, and in this video, I want to talk about something connecting to your paycheck. Okay, I'm gonna talking about how do you spend your first paycheck. Ooh, it's gonna be juicy, so let's dive in. Okay, there are 5 things that I want to state in this video regarding how to spend your first paycheck. Let's just start with number one. Number one, I would say spend it all. What? Are you crazy, Angie? Hello? Yeah, I say it right. And you hear it right. I said spend it all. Because I don't know about you, but when I was like trying to make my own money in the first, like maybe in the beginning of my adult life in the early 20s, I was so excited. The idea of having your own money, and this is not your parents' money, and you don't need when I was a child, I used to like need to report to my father on how do I spend my money on, and I just have this kind of imagination. One day, if I have my own money, then I don't need to report to anyone. So that's a very huge thing for me, even though I know, well, it's our first paycheck, right? It's not gonna be like $1 million, but it feels like $1 million because it is the first time we make our own money. That's why I always say it like to, let's say, my juniors, someone younger than me, if they are asking for advice to me, I always say like, if you make your own money, your first paycheck, just in the first mind, just spend it all because you deserve it. You've been waiting for like, I don't know, 20 years to make that money, so just spend it all, but just at the first month. The second things, okay, let's just go pretend this is like the second paycheck that you have. Listen up, this is the second month, so you need to get everything in order in the beginning. Okay, so the second advice is set aside 10% from whatever your paycheck is and allocate it into dedicated accounts. So different account, it is not the account that you use on daily basis. So put it in the saving account, that kind of thing, to start building your emergency fund. Yes, it's not fun, it's boring, but it's necessary. And my mantra on making like financial goals like this: set aside some money to build your emergency fund, or to paying debt, or whatever destination you want to make that money on. I want to make it automatic and make it as a habit. You can start it small, but you start it now. You start it automatically, automatic transfer, and also make it a habit. By having this habit, it's gonna, in the long run, it's gonna like those little things that builds up. Okay, so let's say $100 on every, let's say, every paycheck, every month, let's say, then you're gonna end up with $1,000 less than a year without trying to do anything, right? Because remember, we want to make it automatic. And for this emergency fund, I will suggest that you pile up those money until it covers like 3 months until 6 months of your expenses. But it's gonna be up to you. I personally love to have it like 1 year because that's just what I love to do, and I really cannot sleep well at night if I don't have like 1 year monthly expenses saved up for my emergency fund. But you can choose any number you like. Just be consistent, those 10%, or if you want to make it more, then you do you. Just pile up those money, build your emergency fund. The third thing that I want you to do with your first paycheck, okay? So here we go. Set aside some money for charity. Yes, you need to do charity even you are not rich. Okay, that's just my philosophy of life. You can set like 5% or 10%. It all depends on your budget and how much do you need on a monthly basis. It's up to you. But just build a habit to consistently give away to charity, because I believe when you are giving away to charity, it's gonna give you fulfillment in your heart and set your mind into the positive mindset. And if you have a positive mindset, then it's gonna be easier for you to make more money. And well, if we see it from like religious perspective, I'm a Muslim. I believe that if you some of the money that you make, it's not belong to you, it belongs to somebody else who need it. That's why we call it charity. And when you give your money to charity, God will give you more, because it's gonna like building track record for you. Yeah, like, hello God, hey, look at me, I'm a good person, so I wish that you can give me more, more money, more blessing in my life, because I'm gonna give those blessing and money and those good things inside me, inside my life, to others in somehow through charity. Okay, let's go to the fourth thing. Okay, so if you do as I said before, you most likely gonna have like 10% set aside for your emergency fund, and maybe 5 until 10% for charity. It means you're gonna end up with maybe 85 until 80% of your paycheck. And what do you do with those money? Well, of course you're gonna spend it for yourself, right? That you're gonna use it to pay your bills, to everything, to cover everything that you need in your life with those 80% of your budget. But the problem is somehow we just don't know if our budget is it already, is it already good, or how to decide whether I'm pretty good with my money or not. And if people ask me about budgeting, I love like 50-30-20 budgeting rules, and I'm gonna explain it to you briefly in this video. Okay, so it is basically you need to see your budget. If you goes into this number, those 50, 30, and 20, I would say your budget is pretty good. Okay, so from everything that you earn, the whole of your paycheck, 50% of it should go to necessity. It means it's gonna pay your rent, shelter, or if you have a home loan, and it's gonna be it's gonna pay your food on the table, like groceries, and also pay for your transportation on daily basis. If those 50% of your paycheck can cover those three main things that you need in your life, I would say you're good. And the other 30% is for wants. It's practically, I always call it like, this is for whatever you want. It's just because you want it and you can have it. And if it is included into those 30% of your paycheck, just go for it, because, well, we only live once and we should take care of ourselves, right? So yeah, that's for your lifestyle. 30%. Spend it without guilt. This is like my mantra to myself, because sometimes I'm kind of a bit stingy with myself. That's very weird, but that's just me. Like, everybody has their own like weakness in their personality, and I do know this is like my weakness. I need to like remind myself to like be okay without guilt, spend money on the things that I like, to taking care of myself. Okay, so those 30% for your lifestyle, for anything that you want. And the other 20% is the first two that I already speak before. Those 20% should go to your savings or your investment, and also your charity. It depends on your priority at a time. I would say it's gonna be difficult to invest and saving at the same time. So I would say make it your priority. Of course, if you do not have like emergency fund, you need to prioritize saving your money on those 20%. And for the charity part, let's say 5 until 10% for the charity, I would say just make it a must. Just make like a habit with you. Just give away every month, regardless the number or the amount that you can afford. But that's gonna like build a habit for you to have a good, be a good person, just taking care of others in some capacity that you can. And the last thing, okay, this is the 5 things I want to suggest you how to spend your first paycheck. It's gonna be pretty surprising, because I'm gonna say you need to make your YOLO account. You know YOLO, right? You only live once account. So what I mean is I want you to make like a dedicated account for something fun. Okay, so let's say, remember those budgeting, 50, 20, 30. Let's say in a month you cannot spend all of those 20% part of your budgeting for that month, let's say, and you want to set aside some of it into dedicated account, this YOLO or fun account, for you, let's say, to splurge. Maybe you want to have like a bit expensive bag, or a bit expensive traveling, those kind of thing. Just anything that came up to your mind, okay? Something that it's just merely because you want to do it. It's not really a wise thing, but who cares, right? We live once. This is just like my philosophy in life. I know, like, some people really good with their money to the point that they are become so cheap and stingy, and that's really not my vibe. Okay, so I do believe we need to very, very responsible with our money. We need to increase our financial literacy. We need to have investment. I do know that, but in the other hand, I know that we only live once, and it is a must to have fun, because, well, we only live once. We only young once. We only health once, right? In the end of our life, at our deathbed, then we're not gonna thinking about our money. Well, at least this is what I'm imagining right now. Okay, I thank God still far away from this deathbed, hopefully, but I just have this kind of imagination, like, in the end of your deathbed, or you wanna have is a good memory that you are a good person, that you already do good to others, and also your loving family and friends, right? So make some arrangement for those fun things, and that's a must because you deserve it. Okay, I think that's all for my suggestion for this video. I hope you like it. Tell me in the comments below what is your favorite advice from me for those 5 things that I mentioned before. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, likes, and share this video to your friends. Okay, so it's gonna help my video in the algorithm. Okay, YouTube God, I need to talk to him to help me grow my channel for sure. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.